This is oven baked turkey Scotch eggs, and this is just a little bit healthier than the deep fried sausage counterpart. It can be an intimidating recipe, but just give it a go. I mean, it's easy once you get the hang of the eggs. So I've got a pound of ground turkey here. I'm mixing in some of my favorite spices, salt and pepper. You can look at the recipe online, or you can make it your own with your favorite spices. Small saucepan with some butter, some panko, and salt and pepper, and then also a little bit of thyme. And then in this pot, I've got 4 eggs in some room temperature water, and I'm just gonna cover it and bring it to a boil for 5 to 7 minutes on the stovetop. Once it's boiling, remove it from the stovetop and just let it sit covered for 4 minutes. Eggs are the eggs are the hardest part to cook because it depends on the BTUs or the output, the heat output of your stovetop, the size of the pot relative to the eggs, the size of the eggs, your elevation, all that. So that's going to be the hardest part. So boil it longer if you get intimidated. Then I've got these panko, and that's cooked for about 5 minutes. It's easier if the butter is melted first, and then you add all that in. But do that until it's golden brown, because it's not going to brown up more in the stovetop on the eggs. So the eggs went immediately into an ice water bath for 20 minutes, and what that does is pulls the shell and the membrane away from the egg, and that makes it easier to peel. So I'm making patties now with the turkey, mixing all that stuff up, and I've got some paper towels there because it's super sticky. I'm making 4 even balls, and I'm going to flatten that out and set it aside for later. Moving on to the eggs is eggs are hard to crack sometimes for a variety of reasons. My most consistent thing that I do is crack them gently all over. Don't skip a step. Just like massage them. But right now I'm showing you a mistake because these eggs are undercooked, and I can make excuses for why, but I was trying to show you a runny egg yolk and realized that this is not going to work. So I can either throw those back into some water and really just boil the heck out of them, or set them aside and make fried eggs out of them for tomorrow's breakfast. These eggs have been cooked for the full 7 minutes, so I suggest you do that first to get to know your eggs and your stovetop. And then I'm going to gently peel them, and sometimes running water helps to separate that membrane from the egg. I've got a fish spatula here, and I've got 1 egg per patty, and it's pretty easy. I use that fish spatula to help me get underneath, but anyway, you just roll the turkey around the egg and smash it up in there and work it out. And then you're going to roll each of those turkey Scotch eggs, turkey balls, into the golden panko and bake it at 375 for about 23 minutes. And you can do it for 25 minutes. You can do whatever. But as you're rolling in these Scotch eggs, it's just lightly touch up on the panko. But you'll have all this extra panko, and it's really delicious. You can put it browns up, not on the eggs. It browns up really beautifully. You can use that on salads or vegetables as a garnish, or you can throw some more of it onto your Scotch egg. And these are done. It's a beautiful recipe. You can take these on picnics, to the beach, whatever, because it's all handheld finger food. And you can also start to refine this and play with the egg yolk as you get to know the recipe and your stovetop and your eggs and all that. Find the recipe at eatsimplefood.com.